Hey Dylan, I know you're kind of busy right now, but wait, where's Dylan? His camera's on, right? Yeah. Hi guys. So we found out that Dylan has RSE. So I'm taking care of the video today. And so the topic for today is fidget spinners and just how much I love them. And oh my gosh, are these just the absolute best toy you can get on the market right now. Like seriously, look at this. It just spins and spins and spins and it doesn't stop at all. It's so cool. Like, you really gotta go out and get yourself one of these.
What are you doing?
I'm recording a video.
Get out!
Leave a like if you like my beer.
Hi, I'm Dylan Herring, and today we are not talking about fidget spinners. You know, bowling is one of those sports that it's near and dear to my heart as of right now. No, it's not. It's going to be on the floor. And I've been bowling for a while now, and I've realized there's a lot of different people that you find, and different things that they do when it comes to bowling. But a little bit about myself when it comes to bowling. If you don't know bowling, there's different lingo, stuff like that people don't quite understand, just like any other sport. Each pin has like a number, right? And the pin I hate the most is probably the 10 pin, which is the one all the way in the back right corner, because I tend to leave it the most when I throw a very good shot. It drives me nuts, and I hate it. It's just annoying. You throw a good shot, you leave it, and you're like, that should have been a strike. Now, people just call that a bad break. In bowling, you get bad breaks. You leave stupid stuff when you thought you threw a good shot, And sometimes you get a good break where you throw a terrible shot and get lucky and hit a strike or something, And you're like, wow, I should have never hit that. So, it happens. I hate leaving 10 pins more than anything, though. But what's just as bad is also leaving the 7-10 split. And it's pretty famous because it's like one of the hardest things to get picked up, and it is pretty hard to pick up. When it comes to bowling, there are a lot of different people, and to clarify, there's a strike ball and a spare ball. Strike ball is designed to break and hook and curve, so it's easier to hit strikes, get some good pin action. And then you have your plastic ball, your spare ball. It's designed to go straight, so you throw straight at it, pick up some spares, and hit stuff on the right side. Well, you have your one guy who only uses his strike ball, and he'll get it to break into spares and stuff like that. They really trust their bowling ball, really trust their bowling ball. And then you have some people who use their spare ball for everything, and I mean everything. They'll hit spares. Sometimes they just get stupid and they just hit a full rack with their spare ball. People do it. And the other thing about bowling, aside from bowling balls, is form. People have some weird form. It's so weird. Okay? People have some of the weirdest arm swings. I know quite a few people who've got some weird arm swings. And I also know some people who have a weird approach. Their steps are weird. I mean, everything's weird. The way they release it, what they're throwing with, it's all weird, Me personally, I just struggle with a little bit of a stutter step. It happens. But also other people who are just weird when it comes to bowling are two-handers. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody. They throw the ball two-handed. It's weird looking, and I'm kind of decent in it. Two-hander right there. It's weird. It's a different style. It's been around for a while now. I think people are finally getting used to it, but I just don't like it because if you miss, you're gonna just chop half the rack and leave something nasty, or if you don't miss, then you'll strike, So you're kind of placing bets and gambling around with that one, and it's a little harder to hit spares. The funny thing is about bowling is that your fingers swell up, not bruise swell up, but you get calluses and stuff. Your skin gets a little tougher in those places. Every bowler's thumb, unless you're two-handed, every bowler's thumb is bigger than the thumb that they don't use. My right thumb is bigger than my left thumb. I've got calluses on it and stuff, and it's crazy. People always blame it on their thumb. There's that one guy who comes back and he's just like looking at his thumb like, oh man, that was a bad shot. Oh, something's wrong with my thumb. Or they always say,
Thumb was sticking.
They're a good feeling though is buying a new bowling ball. You know, they're not cheap, but you get a new bowling ball and you love throwing it. You know, but the worst feeling is when you get a brand new ball and you throw a good ball and you leave something nasty.
Dylan, that new ball?
This?
New ball? Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it. It's the store price. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Let you throw it.
Okay.
Well, this ball's crap.
It's kind of hard to let go of one. Well, it was nice knowing you, Ride. Now I'm throwing you away because you don't know how to carry a 7 or a 10 pin. Yeah. Leave me a 7-10 split again. After you've had it for a while. Eventually, after a few years or a year, it just kind of burns out. It doesn't really work like it used to. And, you know, that's when it's time to get a new one. The thing about bowling is, everybody knows their place. So, there's always that group of friends, you know, they'll go bowling for fun, and they pretty much try to see who can be the worst at bowling. You know, they'll do stupid stuff, grab a 6-pound ball and chuck it down. You know, I see it all the time. The classic is when there's a bunch of college kids who come, and they stick only their 2 fingers in, but they don't two-hand it. They just stick 2 fingers in, and they use one hand and curl it up and turn it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then they wonder why it doesn't curve because they're using plastic balls that aren't supposed to. You know, it's pretty funny. Jim Gaffigan kind of put it like this.
Some people have their own bowling ball and their own bowling shoes and no friends.
Wow, thanks, Jim. See how it is. You know, I asked some friends about bowling. I asked them, guys, tell me something about bowling that's, you know, relatable for the video. And a friend of mine said this: when a red-headed ugly kid beats you in conference and gets first place. I don't know who he's talking about, but he sounds pretty good. I heard the guy's pretty good. I heard he shot like 7 something in 3 games, which is crazy. I wish I was that good. One person, a friend of mine, said this, and I would totally agree with this, and I think you could put this around with any sport. Bowling is a good getaway. You know, when things aren't going well and you instantly step on the lanes and, you know, there's that sense of happiness. It's one of those places that'll guarantee you happiness when, you know, other places can't. And throughout their experience of bowling, they've met so many friends. You know, I have 2 that are like family, and I've achieved so many goals you never think you would achieve. It's funny because it doesn't seem like a sport. I mean, it's still a fun competition, and you still put a lot of time into it, you know. You realize that you found your thing, and finding your thing is really important in life. And so once you find your thing, no matter how hard, terrifying it may get, I know it's just bowling, don't let it go. That's a pretty good way of putting that. I would agree. Any sports like that. Soccer, stepping out on the field, big game, it's hard. You got to push through a lot of stuff, a lot of conditioning. You know, baseball, hockey on the rink, basketball. I'd say that's just about any sport, you know. And this is why sports are crucial. You get special moments that make highlights of your life. And that's one of the reasons I love bowling, you know. That's pretty much all I got to say. If you like the video, like it, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, put it on the Facebook, you know. That's about all I got for today. Peace out.